Solving linear equations tells us we want to find out what a variable is equal to. So a variable can be x, y, z, t, any letter from the alphabet. All right, we want to find out in this case what x equals to, not 2x, 3x, minus 4x, negative 5x. We want to find out what 1x or x is equal to. So please remember, 1x is equal to x. All right, so we need to find out what 1x is equal to. Also, one variable simply means we would have one equation to solve. All right, so in this case, we have only one variable, which is x. So we only have one equation to solve for all the three questions. All right. If we had two variables, that would mean we need to have two equations to solve simultaneous equations. So let's take a look at number one. So I'm going to do a long method, and then I'm going to do a shorter method. The shorter method incorporates the long method, but you are doing some things mentally. So the first thing I would need to get rid of is the 3, because remember we want x equal to some number. So to get rid of the 3, I want to make it 0. So I know 3 minus 3 is 0. I tell students, whatever sign you have, change it, put back the same number. So we have 3. So if I minus 3, you'll get 0. And for the equal sign to hold true, whatever we do on one side, we have to do on the other side for the equation to be balanced. All right. So 2x is equal to 4. So we got rid of the 3. Next, we need 1x, or x is equal to whatever number. So we have 2x here. So I tell students, whatever number is in front of x, or whatever is the coefficient of x, in this case is the variable is x, whatever is the coefficient of x or the number in front of x, we divide both sides by it. So the number in front of x is positive 2, so we have to divide both sides by plus 2. All right, so when you divide both sides by 2, you get 1x equals 2, or you can simply move from here to here and just say x equals to 2. So this is just a long way of writing it. Understanding the concept is very important. I'm going to show you the shorter way of writing it, which just involves a long way, but you're doing it mentally. So if I am to rewrite the question, right? So the first thing I'll do is I need to get rid of this plus 3. So I know I have to minus 3 to make it 0. So if I minus 3 on this side, I know it's 0, so I will not write it. And I'll just minus the 3 on the other side. All right. So 2x is equal to 4. Now, since I know I have to get 1 here, and I just would have to divide whatever number is in front of the x or the coefficient of x. So in this case, it's plus 2. So I know I'm dividing both sides by plus 2. So I will say 2 divided by 2 is 1. And that is equal to 4 over 2. So this transposition here, this division divided by 2 here, means I divided both sides by 2. You end up with 1. You have 4 over 2. So therefore, x is equal to 2. So this side is just easier on the eyes. All right, it's easier on the eyes. You don't have to worry about putting negative 3 on both sides, because when the question is more complicated, you open yourself for making a lot of mistakes. So when we look at question 2, I am going to do the short method, right? I wouldn't want to complicate it with subtracting numbers on both sides of the equation. I want to keep it simple, but I will make mention of the explanation. So let's look at number 2. All right, so we want x on one side, numbers on the other side. So since I want to get rid of this negative 7x on the other side of the equation, I would have to add it. So getting rid of, in this case, means make it 0. Negative 7x plus 7x is 0. All right. So I will add 7x on this side. And that would equal to, write down this number first. If I want to get rid of this positive 4 on the left-hand side, I will subtract 4 on this side. So that would be 0. I wouldn't write it because it's 0. And I have to subtract 4 as well on this side. So further simplification, right? Once you have the same term, 3 plus 7 is 10, put back the variable, which is x. Negative 6 minus 4 is negative 10. So now we want to get 1x, right? So we know we need to divide both sides by the coefficient of x, or the number in front of x. In this case, it is 10. So I would just simply write x, because I know 10 divided by 10 is 1, and 1x equals to x. And that is equal to negative 10 divided by 10. All right. This 10 here means you divided both sides by 10. All right. So therefore, x is equal to negative 1. When you divide in two different signs, it's a minus. 10 into 10 is 1. Simple. This here is your answer. Last question. All right. So the first thing you have to do is expand the brackets. And then transpose. We want all x's on one side, numbers on the other side. And you get your answer from there. So let's deal with that now. So when you're multiplying two different signs, it's a negative. 2 by 4x is 8x. When you're multiplying two same signs, positive, 2 by 5 is 10. All right. Equals, multiplying different signs, negative. 3 by 6x is 18x. Multiplying different signs, negative. 3 by 6, 3 by 2 is 6. Sometimes, right, when I think the answer one time. So be careful. All right, so we have negative 8x plus 10 is equal to negative 18 minus 6. So we need to transpose now. Negative 8x. So if I want to get rid of this x here, I add 18x on both sides. So you get 0 here. I have to plus 18x on this side equals to negative 6. All right, write on this term first. If I need to get rid of this positive 10, I subtract 10 on both sides. This will be 0, it will cancel out, and I minus 10 here. All right, so you just check your question to make sure you have the correct terms. Okay, so negative 8x plus 18x, once you know you have the same term, negative 8 plus 18 is 10x. And that is equal to negative 16. All right, negative 6 minus 10 is negative 16. So we know we need to get 1 here. So we divide in both sides by 10. So x is equal to negative 16 over 10. All right. Simplify further, x is equal to negative. When you divide in two different signs, is a minus. All right. 2 into 16 is 8. 2 into 10 is 5. So your answer is negative 8 over 5. If you can simplify this further, simplify it. Don't just leave it as negative 16 over 10. We know 2 can go into 16 and 2 can also go into 10. So reduce it and your answer will be negative 8 over 5. Always reduce it as much as possible. If you get an answer like this, an improper fraction, you just leave it like that. Unless the examiner states, put it as a mixed number or a decimal. So that's it for solving linear equations.